everyone, I'm here with your weekly Tarotscope for the week of November the 19th to the 25th of 2018. I am using the Spirit Keepers Tarot by Annabelle Len for the month of November. So if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, I do daily draws during the week. From this deck, I'll be doing that for the month of November. If you're interested in getting a reading from my Etsy shop, I'll be using this deck most likely, unless I'm intuitively guided otherwise to use another deck. And so you can check out the Etsy shop. I do have a shadow work reading that's on sale right now. As well, if you're interested in what's going on astrologically with the new moon and full moon, I put out a, what do you call it, a newsletter. A newsletter, that's what it's called. Newsletter every full moon and new moon, so like twice a month, just letting people kind of know what's going on in the sky. So if you want to sign up for that, you can go to my website. Yes, so let's get on with the Tarotscope. Okay, so we'll start with Aries as always. Oh, Aries has the Empress. Oh, that's lovely. Okay, Aries, it's going to be a good week for you. It's going to be a week of creativity, a lot of energy. We do have the moon in Aries starting off the week, so there's some good Aries fiery energy going on for you, especially at the start of the week. So you're going to be feeling very creative, very abundant, definitely feeling very sexy and full of life and vigor and generous and open. It's just going to be a really great week for you. Very creative, very abundant. It's going to be a good time. So good week for you, Aries. For Taurus, we have the Warrior, the Sun. So great week for you too. Lots of energy going on for you, Taurus, this week. So it's a week where you're going to be feeling definitely a lot better if you've been having some health issues. It's saying that at least your energy will improve this week. There's a sense more of optimism this week as well, a sense that things are lightening up, that things are getting better. There's definitely a sense that you're feeling a little more free about things. This is a really good indication as well if you were going on vacation this week or going on a holiday or a trip of some kind, that things will go very well. For Gemini, we have the Contender, the Five of Scepters. So we do have a full moon coming up this week in Gemini, and it is a bit of one that might be quite contentious, or one that has a lot of sort of conflicting energies to it. And being that this full moon is in Gemini, I'm not surprised to see that you're going to be affected by this. So you might be feeling like there's a lot of little things going wrong, or just irritated, or that people are working at odds with you. And it's saying that there has to try to find a way to for a creative solution, because it also shows that you have a lot of creative energy going on. So it's about directing that creative energy in a really good direction. All right, and Cancer, we have the Wheel of Life, or the Wheel of Fortune, as it's sometimes called. So Cancer, things are definitely turning for you as well this week. There's a sense of optimism that things are looking up. There's nothing you have to do this week, Cancer. It's just showing that your luck is kind of turning, and it's almost like it's fated. Like there's nothing you have to do, it just sort of comes to you. So enjoy this turn of the wheel. Enjoy that things are starting to look up and move up again, and there may be some little hits of luck throughout the week. One of the best ways, though, to not be affected so much by what's going on in the outer world is to try to stay in the center of the wheel, and that means being centered and grounded. So enjoy that things are going well this week, but remember to stay centered and grounded, because you know things do change, right? For Leo, we have the Priestess. We're getting lots of major arcana this week. So Leo, this is an interesting one for you to get, because you're more of an outgoing sign, and it says that this is a week where you're going to be going more within. It's a week to develop your spirituality, a week to really kind of listen to your inner voice. It's a week where you don't have to be so much out there and being on stage and performing as we love to in front of others, or hosting a party, but more a week to go within and to sort of reflect on oneself, and very much to connect with your intuition and spirituality. In fact, your intuition will be very on point this week. For Virgo, we have the Seeker. So there's a couple of different Fools or Zero cards in this deck. There's 3 different ones. This is the Seeker card. And so Virgo, you're very much on a path where you are learning to amass the knowledge that you are, maybe I said that wrong. You're gathering knowledge right now is what I mean. So you are learning, you are growing, and it's saying that you are starting to master things, that you're starting to kind of put all the different pieces together in your own way. It says to continue doing that, to really have that beginner's mind as you continue to learn and grow on your path this week. For Libra, we have the bereaved, which is the Three of Swords. So much like Gemini, it's going to be maybe a little bit more of a difficult week, and there may be some sorrow this week. This doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to receive bad news, but it might be that there's something that reminds you of a past pain that you're going to have to mourn, or you might be going through a loss and that you're kind of recovering from. So it's saying to be kind and gentle to yourself this week, and to let yourself be sad. It's okay to be sad. We live in a culture that tells us to be happy all the time, but that's not realistic and that's not human. And sometimes we need to be sad and to take care of ourselves. For Scorpio, we have the Gardener, the Seven of Orbs. So Scorpio, this is a week where you are you're making progress, but you're kind of reflecting on it. You're looking at everything that you've done, especially over the past year, and thinking, how can I redirect this or reframe it, or what do I need to do? And it's not that you need to throw all of what you've been doing out or anything. It's just more a readjustment, and it's also about being patient and letting things grow and letting things kind of come to term in their own time. But also a time of like, okay, well, what needs to be pruned? What can go? What do I need to focus more energy on? So you're just reassessing things this week. For Sagittarius, we have the Strength card. And this is kind of interesting because we are having the Sun move into Sagittarius. We also have a Mercury retrograde in the sign of Sagittarius as well. So this is a time where you really have to be patient. And I know Sagittarius, like other fire signs, patience isn't always our virtue, right? But it's telling you to be patient with things, to slow down, to not rush into things. It's also saying that, you can kind of win over people more by being gentle than trying to force things or push the issues. So slow down this week. For Capricorn, we have the Hector, the Five of Swords. So, the Gemini got the Five of Wands with the Five of Swords. So this, again, might be a week for you that is a little more challenging. This card says that sometimes we can't fix the situation. Sometimes things are just negative, or somebody's just negative, and as much as we try to fix it, we can't. And sometimes all we can do is accept defeat and walk away, or say, you know what, I just maybe can't be around that person. So there is sort of, that painful realization this week. But the best thing you can do is kind of protect yourself and stay away as much as possible from negativity or negative people. For Aquarius, we have the Lovers. So we're getting lots of major arcana this week. There's lots of energy shifting, a lot of things going on. Aquarius, this is a week where definitely love life, romance is in the air, so that's great. This is a week, though, where you may have to make a decision of some kind, and it's a decision that you have to make with your heart rather than your head. Also, if your decision involves other people or a partner, you're going to have to talk to them and see how they feel. This is not a decision that you can make on your own. And Pisces, last but not least, Pisces. The Mason, the Three of Orbs. So Pisces, it's a week to get down to work. It's a week to kind of, keep practicing your craft, to do work that you love. This is also a heads up, Pisces, if you're kind of in a job that you don't really like, maybe it's time to start looking for a job that you do actually like, or finding aspects of the job that you like, because, if you're dissatisfied, it's saying you need to kind of go in another direction. But work on what you love to do. Take pride in the work that you're doing and all that you've accomplished. So it's a bit of a mixed bag this week. We had a lot of major arcana, which tells me there's a lot of energy that's shifted. And we definitely, the past 2 weeks, saw a lot of energy shifting with planets changing side. We had Venus go retrograde, Mercury go direct. This coming week, we have a few more things that are changing. So there's a lot of shifting of the energy as we move towards 2019. So for some signs, this is a week of optimism where things are going to start to move smoothly and move ahead. And for others, it's a bit more of a struggle this week. But there's a lot of changing and shifting energy. So let me know if you have, of course, any comments or questions or anything. And again, thank you so much for watching and for following on Instagram, the daily draws and all that stuff. I love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And as always, peace, love, rock on.